Good morning, students. Welcome to Tele-Education classes. So let's get started. All right. So let's see, what do we have? What do you see here? A cat and a mice, right? A cat and a rat, or you might call it. Okay. So what's the statement? The statement is a cat chased a rat. Okay. Statement টা হচ্ছে গিয়ে কি? A cat chased a rat. Okay. Now, যদি আমরা এই স্টেটমেন্টটাকে a cat chased a rat, if we try to write or say this statement in the other way around, okay, we can also say a rat was chased by a cat. Okay, এই স্টেটমেন্টটাই a cat chased a rat, এটাকে যদি আমরা অন্যভাবে বলার চেষ্টা করি, then we can say a rat was chased by a cat. In both the cases, what remains common and or what remains same is the meaning of the sentence, right? Meaningটা কিন্তু চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে না. A cat chased a rat, ঠিক আছে, একটা বেড়াল একটা ইঁদুরকে ধাওয়া করছে, আর a rat was chased by a cat, একটা rat একটা ইঁদুর একটা বেড়ালের ধাওয়া হচ্ছে. Okay, so both the sentences you can see that the meaning is same, only there is a change in the structure. Okay, so saying the sentence in a roundabout manner, একটু ঘুরিয়ে বলা. Clear? Okay, now why this and what is it called? Okay, we will come to know. Now let's look at other examples. What is the man doing? He is eating apple, right? Okay, so what's the sentence? The sentence is I eat apple. Okay, I eat apple. Now এই সেন্টেন্সটাকে ঘুরিয়ে কি করে বলা যায়? How can you write or express the same meaning of the sentence in a roundabout manner? I eat apple. So you can also say apple is eaten by me. The meaning remains same, right? Meaning এ কোনো change হচ্ছে না. I eat apple. Okay, আমি apple খাই. Apple is eaten by me. Apple আমার দ্বারা খাওয়া হয়. So the meaning is same. Only there is a difference in the sentence structure, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, and now what is the girl doing now? She is singing, right? Okay. Now what is the sentence here? What is the statement for us here? Let's see. So the statement is I am singing a song. Okay, I am singing a song. Singing, ing. This means, very good, this is continuous tense, so ing. Now how can we again change the structure keeping the meaning same of this particular sentence? Let's see. So we will say a song is being sung by me. Now there is a slight difference. এখন আমরা একটা change দেখতে পাচ্ছি, একটা difference দেখতে পাচ্ছি. What is it? We can see that when we have used ing, okay, যখন আমরা ing use করেছি, when we have used ing, this ing got changed into being. Okay, this is a very important thing that you need to remember. When we are having continuous tense in the statement, I am singing a song, and then when we change it, it becomes a song is being sung by me. So this ing gets changed to being. Clear? So this is an important thing that you need to remember. Why and for what, or what is it called, we will come to know. Okay, now okay, now what is this? Let's see. Now let's look at this table: subject, transitive verb, and object. So sentence is Columbus discovered America. We know this? Yeah. So Columbus discovered America. Okay, now if we have to change it, what will we say? So this particular sentence is an active word, okay, or active voice as we call it. Okay, active আছে এটা. Now if we have to make it or change it other way around, so Columbus discovered America. So here is Columbus the subject and America the object. Okay, so Columbus discovered America. Now change it in the other way around, it will become America was discovered by Columbus. Okay, so America was discovered by Columbus. Okay, so this is in passive. Okay, so this active and passive suggest nothing but a change in the sentence structure. Active আর প্যাসিভে দুটো জিনিসের ডিফারেন্স কি? একটা জিনিসের ডিফারেন্স কি সেটা হচ্ছে সেন্টেন্স স্ট্রাকচারের মধ্যে বেশ কমতা, এছাড়া কিছু না। there is no change in meaning, nothing, the sentence structure is different. যেমন Columbus discovered America, active, passive it becomes America was discovered by Columbus. Okay, so you see there is a change. আগে এরকম ছিল subject, okay, object, now this becomes the subject and this becomes the object. Okay, so the subject in active voice becomes the object in passive voice. Subject in active voice becomes the object in passive voice. ঠিক আছে? So you see there is a change from this to this, and the object in passive voice becomes the subject in object in active voice becomes the subject in case of passive voice. So this is what you have to remember. It's easy, not very difficult. We will learn examples and do exercises and solve it. Okay. Now, the verb in a sentence in which the subject is directly performing an action is said to be the active voice. Okay. So what is active voice? The verb in a sentence, okay, in which the subject is directly performing an action. So the verb in a sentence in which the subject is directly performing an action, যেখানে subject are directly involved, where the subject is directly, Columbus discovered America, okay, the subject is directly involved in the action, that is the discovery, the action discovery, it is called active voice. Okay, it is called active voice. For example, Reena writes a letter. Reena is the subject and she is actively involved in the action, that is writing the letter. So Reena writes a letter. Clear? Okay. Now similarly, so Reena writes a letter. The subject and the verb. Right. Again, the verb in a sentence in which the subject does not perform the action directly is said to be in the passive voice. Okay, let's look at the definition again. The verb in a sentence in which the subject does not perform the action directly is said to be passive voice. When Columbus discovered America, Columbus subject, in case of passive voice it goes at the end. America was discovered by Columbus, so the subject doesn't have much function. Similarly, Reena writes a letter. Reena subject, the verb is writing the letter, right? So it gets changed to a letter is written by Reena. Okay, it gets changed to a letter is written by Reena. Clear? So this is how it functions. Okay, now let's move ahead and let's see these examples. I eat rice. Okay, I eat rice. So this I is the subject, I টা হচ্ছে গিয়ে subject, eat টা হচ্ছে গিয়ে verb, and rice is the object, right? So I eat rice, subject, verb, object. Change it, it becomes rice is eaten by me. So this is in active and this is in passive. Okay, so change it from active to passive, it becomes rice is eaten by me, right? Okay, now the object of the active voice becomes a subject in passive voice. I told you Columbus discovered America, Columbus subject in active voice, this becomes object in passive voice. America was discovered by Columbus. Similarly, the object in active voice becomes the subject in passive voice. Clear? So this, if you remember, this exchange, if you remember clearly, এই exchange যদি clearly মনে থাকে, এই exchangeটা এদিক থেকে এদিকে shiftingটা, তাহলে দেখবে voice করতে কোনো অসুবিধা হবে না. Clear? Okay. The subject of the active voice becomes the object of the preposition by in passive voice. Okay. America was discovered by Columbus. ওটাই বলছে. Clear? Okay. In the passive voice, the past participle of the transitive verb is used. Okay, so the verb that we have, we use the past participle form of the verb in case of passive voice. Okay, I eat rice, rice is eaten, past participle of eat, rice is eaten by me. Clear? Okay, now so let's take up our first question of the day. Let's see what is it. Change the voice of the following sentence. So what you have to do is you have to change the voice of this particular sentence. Okay, so the sentence is she plays cricket. This is the sentence, she plays cricket. So this sentence is in Yes, very good. It is an active voice, so you have to change it into passive, right? So she plays cricket. You have four options in front of you. Clear? Okay. So your time starts now. Now read all the statements carefully, all the options carefully, and then tell me which option do you think is the appropriate passive voice for the given active voice sentence. She plays cricket. Right? Okay. Go ahead and tell me. She plays cricket. Okay. Go ahead. Very good. I can see correct responses coming up. All right. Okay, so the correct response is she plays cricket. The correct response is very good. It is option D. Cricket is played by her. Okay, she plays cricket. Okay, she plays cricket. Present tense. So cricket is played by her. Clear? Okay. Now, the forms of to be in different tenses used before the past participle of the main verb of passive voice is shown below. Mane, what the following table will show, the following tables will show the forms of the to be verb. To be verb tar je amra different forms gulo use kori passive voice er khetre in case of different tenses, that we will come to know through this table now. Okay? Now, okay, so tense, present, past, and future, and the forms of be verbs. Okay, now see. Okay, so in case of indefinite, how is it? In case of indefinite and in case of present tense, means in case of present indefinite or present simple, it is am, is, or are. ঠিক আছে? am বা is বা are use করি আমরা। Clear? Okay. Now what happens in case of continuous? So am, is, and are. In case of uh, present indefinite. So he loves me. I am loved by him. I am loved by him. Right? So this is how it functions. Now, I see the moon. The moon is seen by me. The moon is seen by me. Right? Okay. Next we have cats kill mice. Okay, so cats kill mice. Mice are killed by cats. Why mice are? Because mice itself is a plural term. ঠিক আছে, mice মানেই হচ্ছে এক থেকে বেশি। এক হলে সিঙ্গল হলে মাউস বলি আমরা, এক থেকে যখন বেশি হয় তখন আমরা mice বলি। ওকে, সো cats kill mice. Mice are killed by cats. Okay, so mice are killed by cats. Clear? So this is how it functions. Okay. Next. All right. So let's take up the second question of the class today. Let's see. Again, change the voice of the following sentence. Okay. So again, we have a sentence in front of us. The sentence is Mantu sings lovely songs. Okay. Mantu sings lovely songs. This is a sentence in active voice, right? So Mantu sings lovely songs. The sentence is in active voice. Now what you have to do is you have to change this active voice sentence into passive voice, right? So Mantu sings lovely songs. So we have four options A, B, C, and D. Now pick up the correct and appropriate passive voice from the given sentence. Okay, so Mantu sings lovely songs. Clear? Okay, so your time starts now. Now look at the sentence, the active voice sentence, Mantu sings lovely songs, and look at all the options given to you. Then give me your correct responses. Okay, now go ahead. All right, very good. Uh, Look at the four options very carefully and then go ahead with your answer. Okay. Okay. So what is the correct response? Very good. So correct response is option B, right? So Mantu sings lovely songs, active voice, and the passive voice is lovely songs are sung by Mantu. So lovely songs are sung by Mantu. Clear? Okay. Now, now let's see. Painted by children. Option C. Right. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Let's look at the table once again. So we have the change of tense and verb in case of present, okay, prefinite and conjunctive. In again, we were being helped by them. We were being helped by them. Helping changes to being helped. We were being helped by them, right? Okay. Now, all right. So let's take up this particular question. This is the fourth question of our class today. Let's see what is it. So fill in the blank with the correct form of passive verb. Okay. So let's fill in the blank. So what is it? They took the patient to the hospital in an ambulance. They took the patient to the hospital in an ambulance. So this is in which voice? Yes, this is in active voice. Now the passive voice sentence is also given, but with a blank. The passive voice sentence given is the patient dashed to the hospital in an ambulance. Now what you have to do is you have to fill in the blank with the correct form of the passive verb. Okay, the patient dashed to the hospital in an ambulance. So A, B, C and D, right? Okay, so out of the four options given to you, which option do you think is the appropriate option for filling in the blank, right? Okay, so your time starts now. Give me your responses. The patient dashed to the hospital in an ambulance, right? Okay, now. All right, look at all the four options carefully. They took the patient to the hospital in an ambulance. So the patient dashed to the hospital in an ambulance. Yes, so which is the correct option? Very good. Option A. The patient was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Okay, so the patient was taken. Option A. Clear? Okay, now moving ahead, let's look at the table again. So now past perfect. So past perfect had been. Simple. Had been. Okay, now let's look at the examples. She had lost the ring. Okay, the ring had been lost by her. So whenever there is a had, it changes to had been. It is B double E N. And in case of continuous, it is B E I N G. Please don't confuse. Okay, B E I N G or B double E N. The ring had been lost by her. Okay, now let's look at future tense. Future indefinite tense. Again, so future indefinite tense is shall be or will be, right? So shall be or will be. So shall be or will be sentences. Let's see. Ram will help me. So active voice it is Ram will help me. In passive it becomes I shall be helped by Ram. Okay, so active voice it is Ram will help me. Passive it is I shall be helped by Ram. Okay, so changes to will, changes to shall be, or in this it also might be will be, right? Okay, again in continuous it becomes shall be being or will be being. Okay, so in continuous you have to remember this ing changes to being in case of all tenses. Okay, so there is no exception to this. In case of all tenses it changes to being. Okay, now look at the sentence. Ram will be helping me. Ram will be helping me, so it will be I shall be being helped by Ram. I shall be being helped by Ram. Similarly, in case of perfect, it becomes shall have been or will have been, right? Okay, examples will make the thing back clear more. Let's see. Ram will have helped me. Ram will have helped me. So shall be or will be in case of future tense, right? Future indefinite or future simple as we call it. So Ram will help me. Okay, it gets changed to I shall be helped by Ram. Clear? Okay. Similarly, in case of continuous, as I already told you, in case of continuous in any tense, ing gets changed to being. Okay, ing gets changed to being. That is a rule without any exception. You have to remember present, past, future. This you have to remember. Ing gets changed into being. Let's look at examples to make things more clearer. Ram will be helping me. I will be being helped by Ram. So helping changing into being helped. Right. Okay. Similarly, we have see for in case of perfect this is shall have been or will have been. Right. Okay. Now let's see. So Ram will have helped me. So I shall have been helped by Ram. So this is how this functions, right? Okay. Now let's see what do we have. Let's take up this particular question. So fill in the blank with the correct form of passive verb again. So we have a sentence here. The sentence is I closed the door. This is in yes, very good. This is in active voice, right? So I closed the door in active voice. Now, the passive voice, the door dash by me. So, there's a passive voice sentence given as well, but this passive voice sentence has a blank. That is, the passive verb is missing. Now, you have to tell me, out of the four options given to you, which one is the correct passive verb for this particular sentence. Okay, four options are here in front of you, right? Okay, so your time starts now. Now give me your responses. The door dash by me, right? Okay, so I close the door, active. The door by me. What will be there in the go ahead? Okay, all right. Okay, so the correct response is option C, right? So I closed the door was closed by me. So option C is the correct option here. Okay, now moving ahead, let's see what do we have. So change into passive voice. Okay, so the sentence is the lady helps the poor. The active voice sentence, the lady helps the poor. So make it passive, the lady helps the poor. It will be changed into the poor are helped by the lady. So poor here stands for plural. So the poor are helped by the lady, right? Okay, then I know your father well. I know your father well. Yes, it gets changed to your father is known very well by me. Okay, your father is known very well by me. Next, a doctor is examining the patients. ING is there, right? Yeah. So a doctor is examining the patients. So you will say the patients are being examined by the doctor. Right? Isn't it easy? Okay. Next, let's look at the next sentence. Next sentence is the work. Okay. Now, let's move ahead and let's see. So we have done these sentences. Let's look at the next sentence. So the next sentence is he delivered all the letters. Active. So make it passive. He delivered all the letters. The passive will be all the letters were delivered by him. He delivered. Ed past tense. That's why all the letters were delivered by him. Right. Okay. Next. Rita was reading a book then. Okay. Rita was reading a book then. So it gets changed to a book was being read by Rita then. A book was being read by Rita then. Next, we had finished the work. We had finished the work. So you will change. It is had is there, so it will be had been. Very good. So the work had been finished by us. Right. Next, I shall learn the lesson. I shall learn the lesson. Future tense. It will change to the lesson will be learnt by me. The lesson will be learnt by me. Right. Next, he will invite you to dinner. It will change to you will be invited to dinner by him. Okay. Next, the police will catch the thief soon. The police will catch the thief soon. So, the passive voice, the thief will be caught soon by the police. Clear? Okay. Now let's look at this. A few notes are there. Let's see. Generally, perfect continuous tense is not changed into passive voice. So there is not much change in voice in case of perfect continuous tenses. Okay, then an intransitive verb also cannot be changed into passive voice. Okay, that is another thing that we need to remember. Now let's, before moving to the last segment, let's take a quick recall, a quick summary. The summary, okay, the verb in a sentence in which the subject is directly performing an action is said to be an active voice. Okay, so where the verb is directly performing the action, Columbus discovered America. Okay, the subject is directly performing the action, so it is active voice. Rina writes a letter, Columbus discovered America. But where the verb in a sentence in which the subject does not perform the action directly is said to be passive voice. The verb is not functioning or performing the function directly, so it is in what? It is in passive voice. Okay, so a letter is written by Rina, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and let's look at this particular question. So this is our moral value based question for the day, right? Okay, so as you all know, in this particular question, such questions, we have a situation, okay, where we ask, give you the situation and then ask you for a probable solution or what virtue is displayed and all that. So let's look at today's question. Today's question is, a new student has joined your class. তো তোমার ক্লাসে একজন নতুন স্টুডেন্ট ভর্তি হয়েছে, ওকে, একজন নতুন ছাত্র তোমার ক্লাসে ভর্তি হয়েছে, ওকে. He looks poor and ugly and thus everyone is hesitant to take him as a friend. But that new student looks very poor, dirty, shabby, and that's why nobody is being friends with him, is doing friendship with him or her, okay. তো কি হয়েছে, যে নতুন জয়েন করেছে ছেলেটা বা মেয়েটা, যেই হোক স্টুডেন্টটা, তাকে দেখতে খুব শ্যাবি, খুব নোংরা, খুব বিশ্রী লাগছে। তার জন্য কি হচ্ছে, কেউ তার সঙ্গে বন্ধুত্ব করছে না, কেউ তার সঙ্গে কথা বলছে না, তার সঙ্গে বন্ধুত্ব করছে না। But you develop a friendship with him and share with him the previous class notes, etc. But you suddenly tend to develop a friendship with that particular boy, okay, and you also give him all the notes, everything. তো তারপরে তুমি কি করো, তোমার আস্তে আস্তে ওর সঙ্গে একটা বন্ধুত্ব হয়ে যায়। বন্ধুত্ব হওয়ার ফলে তুমি তাকে, ও জয়েন করার আগেও যে ক্লাসে যা পড়ানো হয়েছিল তার নোট টোট তুমি সব তাকে দাও। Now the moral virtue displayed by you in this situation is, okay, তো এই সিচুয়েশনে তুমি কোন নৈতিক গুণটা, কোন moral virtueটা তুমি ডিসপ্লে করেছো, okay, so which or what is the moral virtue that you have displayed in this situation, okay. So you have four options here. First is creative imagination, B is respect, C is loyalty, and D is equality, irrespective of caste, color, creed, right? Okay, so your time starts now. Now you give me your responses and then I will tell you what I think is the virtue displayed by you, okay. Now go ahead. All right, go ahead. Okay, very good. Okay, so the correct responses, so the correct moral virtue displayed here is option D, equality. Equality irrespective of caste, color, and creed. Because no matter how a person looks or how he looks, whether he looks rich or poor, ugly or beautiful, he is just a student like you, okay, and he should also get all the things and benefits that you are getting. So it's equality, okay. তোমার ও দেখতে যেমনই হোক না কেন, সে কিন্তু তোমার মতো একজন ছাত্র, সেও তোমার ক্লাসে পড়তে এসছে, সে তোমার ক্লাসে তুমি যা পাচ্ছ তারও সেটাই পাওয়া উচিত। সো দ্যাট ইজ ইকুয়ালিটি, ওকে, ওয়্যার ইউ ডোন্ট ডিসক্রিমিনেট, যেখানে তুমি ভেদাভেদ করছো না, যে ও দেখতে সুন্দর তার জন্য ওর সঙ্গে আমি ফ্রেন্ডশিপ করবো, ও দেখতে সুন্দর না তার জন্য ওর সাথে আমি ফ্রেন্ডশিপ করবো না। সো দ্যাট কাইন্ড অফ ডিসক্রিমিনেশন you are not doing. So that is equality. Clear? Okay. Now, having said this, we have come to the last segment of our class, that is the feedback question. We will take up this particular question, right? Okay, so your time starts now. So through this feedback question, you can let me know about your response for the class today, your feedback for the class today. So while you do this, I will just take a quick recall. We have done voice today, active voice, passive voice. We have seen how the sentence structure changes from active to passive depending on the tense we are using, okay, tense we are talking about, right? We have learned many examples, practiced exercises. Hopefully this will help you to solve exercises on voice more clearly. Okay? Now, so with this, we have come to the end of our class here today. We will meet again very soon in our next class. Till then, keep reading, keep learning.